Hey, what is going on? This is JXNGOP. I am Chris, and we're going to be talking about some special elections that are taking place in Jackson County. We have 3 school millages and a township millage that will be up for election on May 6th of 2025. Who are they? East Jackson Community Schools, Springport Public Schools, Vandercook Lake Schools, and Leone Township. We're going to talk about each one of those millages and how they will affect you. Make sure you get out there and vote for these special elections. Okay, so the purpose of this video is not to tell you how to vote. It's just to give you the information so that you know how to vote for yourself. We're going to jump right into the first school millage. This one is not up for renewal. This is new, and this is East Jackson. Okay, so this one is East Jackson Community Schools bond proposal. The question is, shall East Jackson Community Schools, Jackson County, Michigan, borrow the sum of not to exceed $12,340,000 and issue its general obligation unlimited tax bonds thereof for the purpose of remodeling, including security improvements to, furnishing and refurnishing and equipping and re-equipping school buildings, acquiring and installing instructional, technological, and instructional technology equipment for school buildings, purchasing school buses and equipment, developing and improving athletic facilities, driveways, parking areas, and sites. That's the proposal. That's what they're asking for. $12,340,000. Now, it's estimated that the millage will be levied for the purpose of bonds in 2025 under the current law is 0.73 mils, which is 73 cents on every $1,000 of taxable valuation, or 0 mil net increase over the prior year's levy. The maximum number of years the bond may be outstanding, exclusive of any refunding, is 18 years. The estimated simple average annual millage anticipated to be required to retire the bond debt is 2.7 mils, or $2.73 on every $1,000 taxable valuation. The school district expects to borrow from the state school board qualification and loan program to pay debt services on these bonds. The estimated total principal amount of the borrowing is $3,205,198, and the estimated total interest to be paid therein is $2,582,802. The estimated duration of the millage levy associated with the borrowing is 17 years, and his estimated computed millage rate for such a levy is 7 mils, which would be $7 on every $1,000 of taxable valuation. So the total amount of the qualified bonds currently outstanding is $23,245,000, and the total of qualified loan currently outstanding is approximately $959,983. So there it is. That is the proposal that's going to be on the May 6th, 2025 ballot for East Jackson Community Schools. So now let's take a look at Springport Schools and see what they want. Okay, this again, Springport Public School bond proposal. This is not a renewed bond. This is a new one. And the question is, shall Springport Public Schools, Jackson County, Eaton, and Ingham County, Michigan, borrow the sum of not to exceed $32,700,000 and issue its general obligation unlimited tax bonds thereof in one or more series of the purpose of erecting, furnishing, and equipping additions to school buildings and a transportation facility, remodeling, furnishing and refurnishing and equipping and re-equipping school buildings, including for school security, acquiring and installing instructional technology, and erecting equipment, preparing, development, and improving athletic fields and facilities, playgrounds, and sites. So that's what they're asking. They're asking for $32,700,000 to add to their buildings and refinish, remodel other areas. So what is that going to do for you as the voter? Estimated millage will be levied for the proposed bond in 2025 is 1.5 mils, or $1.50 on every $1,000 taxable valuation, for a $0 mil net increase over the prior year's levy. The maximum number of years the bond of any series may be outstanding, excluding any refund, is 25 years. So they're asking you to pay for the next 25 years for this bond. The estimated simple average annual millage anticipated to be required to retire the bond debt is 4.9 mils. So that's $4.95 on each $1,000 taxable valuation. The school district does not expect to borrow from the state to pay the debt services on the bond. The total amount of qualified bonds currently outstanding is $1,525,000. The total amount of qualified loans currently outstanding is 0. The estimated computed millage rate may change based on the changes in certain circumstances. Okay, so that's what Springport's looking for. Again, those first two are not a renewed millage. Those are brand new. But the one we're about to talk about for Vandercook, this is already a current millage. They just want to renew it. So if you're in Summit Township, Vandercook Lake, let's check it out. Okay, this is the Vandercook Lake Public Schools Operating Millage Renewal Proposal. The proposal will allow the school district to continue to levy the statutory rate not to exceed 18 mills on all property except principal residence and other property exempt by law, required for the school district to receive its revenue per pupil foundation allowance. The remaining 0.9 mil is only available to be levied to restore millage lost as a result of the reduction required by the Headley Amendment to the Michigan Constitution in 1963, and will only be levied to extent necessary to restore the reduction. Shall the current authorized millage rate limitation on the amount of taxes which may be assessed against all properties except principal residence and other property exempt by law in Vandercook Lake Public Schools, Jackson County, Michigan, be renewed by 18.9 mils or $18.90 on every $1,000 of taxable valuation for the period of 5 years, 2026 to 2030, inclusive, to provide funds for operating purposes. The estimate of the revenue the school district will collect if the millage is approved is 18 mills are levied in 2026, approximately $636,000. This is a renewal of the millage that will expire with the 2025 tax levy. So there you go. Vandercook is not asking for anything new. They're just asking for an extension on what they already have. Now, we're going to take a look at this last millage. This is not for a school. This is Leone Township. All right. And again, this is Leone Township Public Safety Millage. It is a renewal. And it states, shall the expired previous vote increase in the tax limitation imposed under Article 9, Section 6 of the Michigan Constitution in the Township of Leone of 1.5 mils or $1.50 per 1,000 taxable value be renewed at the original voted 1.5 mils, $1.50 per $1,000 taxable value, and levied for 5 years, 2025 through 2029 inclusive, for the operation and equipment for the Township's Public Safety Department, raising an estimated $821,391 in the first year the millage is levied. So they already have this millage. They're asking for you to extend it. This millage is basically looking to cover the Public Safety Department. So there you have it. Those are the 4 special election millages that will be on the ballot May 6th of 2025. The reason we're bringing that to you is it's an off year. It's May. Not too many people vote. It costs a lot of money for these townships to put these proposals out on a special election like this. And I find it strange that they pay this money, but yet they don't let people know what's happening so that you can turn out to vote. And we want to give everyone the opportunity to have a say in what goes on in their community locally. So get out there and vote what you feel is best for you. And this is JXNGOP keeping you informed. I am Chris. Thanks for watching.